Dear students, greetings. I wish to hear that you are all fine, healthy and safe. Let's get into the lesson. The lesson that we have taken to learn from this video is World War II. In the first two unit, we have read about the First World War, outbreak of First World War, and in the second lesson, we have read about the world between two world wars. The world had experienced so many wars, but these two wars alone are called world wars. Why? Because the devastation caused by the war, total destruction caused by the war, and also the human death toll was very high. In the First World War, the human death was calculated, it was calculated as 20 million. 20 million, out of this 20 million, 9.7 million were soldiers. The remaining 10.3 were civilians, common people like us. So, 21 million were wounded, and in the Second World War, it was calculated 24 million people were killed in the civilian, soldiers alone killed in the Second World War, and civilian 50 million. 50 million means 50 into 10 lakhs you calculate. So, that is why it is called world wars. The unprecedented, what is that unprecedented? The world did not ever seen the kind of brutality done in the war we witnessed in the two world wars. So, it happened in the first half of the 20th century. We know when First World War, when it was happened, the time of First World War was 1914 to 1918, and the Second World War is between, it started in the year 1939 and ended in 1945. So, let us see the reasons, course of the war and effects of the war one by one. The first reason the main reason for the Second World War is the devastation. Already I told you what is devastation. Devastation caused by the First World War. It was called Great War because it was the war of end. Even we can call it as the end of all the wars, because the Allies before seeing the World War, Second World War, we should know which are the countries fought in the Second World War. There are two groups. The first one is Allies. The countries which fought under Allies were Great Britain, France, Russia and the United States of America. So, the Axis power, Germany, Italy and Japan. The Allies did not like to wage again a prolonged long war after the First World War. But there are some reasons as why the Second World War was started. Let us see the first reason. Germany and Treaty of Versailles. We all know about Treaty of Versailles. It was signed in the year 1919. In the first lesson itself, we have seen Treaty of Versailles or Paris Peace Conference. Both are the same actually. So, the Treaty of Versailles was signed in the year 1919. The three important provisions of the treaty is the main reason for the Second World War. What are the reasons? The first reason was Germany had to pay the reparation. What is reparation? Compensation amount to the European countries. Germany was found guilty and it was found that Germany was the main reason for the First World War. So, it was asked, Germany was asked to pay the compensation amount to the European countries. That was the main reason. And the second reason was Germany had to give up its territories. Territories, west side and north and east side, it has to give up its territories to other European countries. That was the second reason. And the third reason was Germany was asked to rearm, reduced its arm. Arm means weapons, military weapons. So these are the main reason for the Second World War. The people of Germany thought that because of the reparation amount, they are suffering a lot. Next one, failure of League of Nations. We all know about League of Nations. League of Nations was set up after the First World War. It was actually started by the American President Roosevelt. But even America did not become the part of member of the League of Nations. It wanted to non-interventionist after the First World War. What is that non-interventionist? Talaidamal irupadu. So it did not want to enter in the political problems of other European countries. So following that, other European countries also decided to follow the non-interventionist policy. What is that non-interventionist? I told you what is non-interventionist already. So next reason is post-war crisis and Germany. What is the post-war crisis? Post means after the war. The problem that Europe and Germany faced after the First World War. Post means after. As mentioned above, the three main classes, already I told you the three main provisions of Treaty of Versailles was the first reason I told you. Apart from that, the interwar period was a time of severe economic downturn in Europe. What is that economic downturn? Economic was going very down. So, next one, the unemployment. Britain was facing a great unemployment. In America, Great Depression happened in the year 1929. What is Great Depression? Great Depression is a period when the economic condition, the stock market value was going down severely like anything. So, America was facing that Great Depression. Then Germany, the people had to borrow. In the 1920s, so many pictures were depicted that the people of Germany has to carry money in the wheelbarrow. What is it? You know wheelbarrow, you know. So, in wheelbarrow, they had to carry money just to buy a piece of bread. That means inflation. What is inflation? Inflation where the things are sold with high price, but the people purchasing power will be very less. That is called inflation. So, severe inflation occurred in Germany. So, thus it produced right-wing dictatorship in Germany, Italy and Spain. What is that right wing? You should know the difference between right wing and left wing. Left wing people will have the ideas of liberation, fraternity, equality, social justice. Okay, the people belonged to the left wing will give importance to these ideas, whereas the right wing, they will give importance to the nationality, hierarchy, order, okay, dictatorship. So, this kind of post-war crisis created Germany. In Germany, Hitler, and in Italy, Mussolini and Franco in Spain. So, these are the main reasons. Next reason is rise of Adolf Hitler. He was a great oratorical. He possessed a great oratorical skill. What is that oratorical skill? He was a great speaker. He could sway the people. What is that sway? Convince the people that he could bring the glorious past of Germany. So, people trusted him. So, in order to keep his word, first what he did? He recruited, appointed. See, he recruited soldiers for army and for the weapons manufacturing. So, thus he wiped the unemployment that prevailed in Germany. So people started trusting him. So against to the Treaty of Versailles, he started acting against to the Treaty of Versailles. Actually, he has to pay the reparation amount. Nearly Britain claimed $10 billion from Germany and $15 billion by America and $33 billion, these countries, which are the countries, let me say the countries, France and Belgium claimed $33 billion from Germany. But Germany refused by saying that it is beyond its capacity to pay the amount to the European countries. So now Hitler started acting against the Treaty of Versailles. So he stopped the reparation amount to Europe. That also was one of the main reasons for the Second World War. Then Britain and France, actually after Mussolini invaded Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a place in Africa. He invaded Ethiopia. So till then he had a good relationship with Britain and France. But after his invasion to Ethiopia, Italy stopped its relationship with Britain and France and joined with Germany. So in 1936, before Germany invaded the Rhineland, see in the Treaty of Versailles, there are nearly 11 provisions. Rhineland, demilitarization of Rhineland is one of the important provision of Treaty of Versailles. So in the year 1936, Hitler invaded Rhineland. Actually, Rhineland, it is a place in Germany, but it was demilitarized by the Allies. It was captured by Allies and it was in the hands of the Allies. But again, Hitler invaded Rhineland against the Treaty of Versailles. So after that, Italy joined with Hitler. So now Rome-Berlin axis came into being. What is the Rome-Berlin axis? The alliances of the alliances of Germany and Italy. Rome is the capital of Italy and Berlin is the capital of Germany. So after that, Japan also came and joined with these two groups. So now it is called as Rome-Berlin-Tokyo axis. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. So next, Hitler invaded Austria and Czechoslovakia. In Czechoslovakia, there is a place called Sudetenland. Sudetenland is the place where German-speaking people were residing. So Hitler's claim was that the German people, the people who are speaking German should be annexed with Germany. So that was also one of the reasons for the Second World War. Allies and the non-intervention. I told you already, America did not want to interfere with the political problems of other countries because of the Great Depression caused in the year 1929. It wanted to revive its economical condition by seeing that the other European countries like Britain and France wanted to focus their country's problem. So in the year 1935, Italy invaded Ethiopia in 1935, already we have seen, and Albania in the year 1939. Emperor Haile Selassie, Ethiopia's Emperor Haile Selassie brought the case to the League of Nations, but he did not get any help from them. So, next one, in the year 1931, Japan invaded Manchuria. Manchuria, it is a part of China actually. So, now it is known as Dongbei. So, and in 1937, Japan invaded China and seized Beijing. Beijing is the capital of China. So, the League of Nations was unable to take any action against this military aggression of Japan. Okay. So, in spite of all this military activity by Germany, Italy and Japan, Britain and France continued to be non-interventionist. தலையிடாத கொள்கையை பின்பற்றியது. So, the Prime Ministers Baldwin and Chamberlain of Britain did not feel justified in intervening the places which are not in their sphere of interest. What does it mean? They did not have any interest to seize these places. So, these two Prime Ministers felt that it is not their duty or not their work to show interest which is not in their interest. So, next one, Munich Pact. Munich or Munich, both are right actually. Munich is a place in Germany. Let's see about Munich Pact. The further factor was that the Western powers and the Soviet Union distrusted each other. There is no trust among them. And in the year 1938, Prime Minister Chamberlain, which was a shameful acceptance of Hitler's invasion of Sudetenland. So, he accepted Hitler's invasion, waging war against other country. So he accepted the shameful act of Hitler's invasion of Sudetenland. So, next in the year 1939, the Soviet Union independently concluded a non-aggression pact with Germany. So, Soviet Union, Russia also had a pact, Udanpadikai, agreement with Germany. So, though Hitler gave an assurance in the pact, in the agreement, he gave assurance means he promised that he will not wage war against other countries, but immediately he came out of his promise, and in the year 1939 he invaded Czechoslovakia. Already we have seen that Sudetenland, he invaded Sudetenland. Sudetenland is a place in Czechoslovakia. Poland was attacked next, and this was the final act which resulted in the war, declaration of war by Britain and France against Germany. In Britain, Prime Minister Chamberlain resigned in the year 1940. After Chamberlain, Winston Churchill came into power. He did not like the military, political policies of Hitler. He always used to warn Hitler for his political ideas. So now he came into power. Just imagine what will happen next. So these are the main reason for the the Second World War. Let's see the course of the war now. So far we have seen the important reason for the Second World War. Course of the war means where it was fought. It was fought in different front. Front means, borders are called front. Front means borders. So it was fought in different front of European and Pacific and in Africa and also in United States. So, course of the war, where it was fought, how it was fought, let us see. The first one, nature of the war. The Second World War was fought on two distinct fronts, as I told you already, Europe and Asia Pacific. In Europe, the war was fought by the Allies against Germany and Italy. In the Asia Pacific, the Allies fought with Japan. So, World War II was a modern war fought with heavy military equipment such as tanks, submarines, battleships, aircraft carriers, fighter planes and bomber planes. This involved a large amount and resource. Okay. So, there had to be raw materials, manufacturing capacity and technical inputs to improve the military hardware. So, this is the nature of the war. Next, let's see outbreak of the war. Britain and France declared war on Germany in September 1939. In June 1940, Italy joined Germany, and in September 1940, Japan also joined the Axis powers we saw already. So, that was called as Rome-Berlin Axis, Rome-Berlin-Tokyo Axis at last, So, already the Britain began to build up its military capabilities, and all young men were conscripted. What is it conscripted? Enlisted. Compulsory appointment, compulsory enlisted of the soldiers for army is called conscripted. So, Britain started conscripted many soldiers for its army. So, Germany army which occupied Denmark and Norway and later France. So, by 1941, all of mainland Europe till the Russian frontier was under the control of Axis powers. So, under the control of Axis power. You should know, whenever you heard the word Axis, these three names should come in your mind: Germany, Italy, Japan, and allies, Britain, France, Russia, and later United States of America also joined with allies. So, important events. Let's see important event. Dunkirk. See the spelling for Dunkirk. Dunkirk is a place in France. Britain sent its troops to defend France in the war that was between Germany and France. Nearly 3 lakh people went there, along with that 80,000 people, along with 3 lakhs, 80 soldiers were sent to Dunkirk to fight against the Axis power. So, in that what happened? So many, the German power was more. So, retreating was the only solution for them to escape from there. So, Britain ordered the soldiers to come back. Actually, till the beach of Dunkirk, I told you where it is actually. Dunkirk is the place in France. So, till the beach of Dunkirk, the Britain soldiers were attacked by Germany. So, but suddenly in between, the people, British soldiers got an order that they should escape from there by means of small boats or whatever they could get, they have to escape from there. So, thus Britain could save nearly 3,80,000 soldiers from there. We have to see one more thing here. Germany did not, had the interest of shooting them. If they had started shooting them, they would not have, half of them would have killed. But what happened? The soldiers, using the situation, they escaped through the beach, through the sea, and escaped from Dunkirk. So, Britain could save nearly 3,80,000 people, or else it would have a great damage to the, it would be very difficult to Britain to regroup such a huge soldiers. So, next, Battle of Britain. Next one, Battle of Britain. By July 1940, it was feared that the Germans were planning to invade Britain. So, the German Air Force began to attack specific targets, especially the ports, airfields, and industrial installations. In September 1940, London was bombed mercilessly. So, you know the meaning of the word mercilessly, So, by the action known as the Blitz. Blitz, you should know what is Blitz. Blitzkrieg, it's a German word actually. Blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg, in Tamil we can call it as Minnal Vega, attacking like lightning. So, using this, Blitzkrieg, London was bombed mercilessly in the year 1940. So, night bombing raids on London and other industrial cities also began. But this campaign of Germany failed because with the aid of a newly developed, what is aid? Help of a newly devised was found actually, it was called as radar. So, using radar has the power to detect the enemy aircraft from a long distance. So using that radar, this device of Germany was failed totally. And along with that radar, the two important fighter planes, they were called Spitfires and Hurricanes. Spitfires and Hurricanes, using these two fighter planes, Germany plan was completely destroyed by Britain. So the raid stopped after October 1940, saluting the bravery of the Air Force. Saluting the bravery of the Air Force, Royal Air Force, Churchill said, the President of Britain, Churchill said, never so much was vowed by so many to so few. So many here refers to the people of Britain, and so few refers to the soldiers belonged to the Royal Air Force. So they indebted, the whole Britain indebted kadan pattirukthal. So the whole Britain indebted to the few people belonged to the Air Force. So he said this out of gratitude for the Air Force. So Germans dropped their plans to invade Britain because of the failure of the air battle. So let's see the exact words of Churchill, the inspirational word of Churchill. We shall defend our island. Britain is an island. Great Britain is an island. Here island refers to Great Britain. We shall defend our island whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall never surrender. So this inspirational speech of Churchill inspired the people very much. It boosted the moral of the British people. So next, let's see Lend-Lease. Lend-Lease started in the year 1941 and it was given till 1945. Lend-Lease. So already we have seen that America did not want to interfere with the matters of other European countries. But at last it was realized by the President Roosevelt, that its help is very important to the European countries, the allies. That means Germany also European country, but the allies. It has to help the allies. So in the name of lend, in the name of loan, a great huge amount was given as food and raw materials, arms were sent to the allies. So that is called Lend-Lease program. It was started in the year 1941 by Roosevelt, the American President Roosevelt. So till the end of the war, America used to help the allies. So next, invasion of Russia 1941 to 1942. In June 1941, the German army invaded Russia. The long-term objectives of this move were to seize, the prime land of Russia for settling Germans. So Hitler wanted to settle Germans in Russia after, seizing the mainland of Russia. That was the main reason for the invasion of Russia. So and the second reason was to destroy the communist regime. We know very well that Russia is a great communist country. He wanted to destroy the communism in Russia, especially, and the third point is exploit Russia's natural resources. Russia was known for its natural resource, particularly oil resource. So it wanted to make use of the oil resources that were found abundantly in Russia. So these are the reasons as why Germany invaded Russia now. The German strategy of lightning strike, I told you what is blitzkrieg, lightning strike already. The same was used here in Russia also by Germany. So at first, initially, means at first it brought so many success to the German part. But what happened? German army then marched on Moscow. It was not a great difficult to them to reach Moscow. Moscow is the capital of Russia. So till Moscow, the Germany army reached. So till the reaching of Moscow, it was great success to Germany. But what happened? And the Soviet army ultimately, but finally, Germany was defeated by the Russia. Let's see one by one. Battle of Stalingrad. Battle of Stalingrad. Stalingrad is a city in France. Stalingrad. Year, it started in the year 17th July 1942. 17th July 1942. Till 2nd February 1943. 2nd February 1943. Stalingrad is a city in Russia. It was known for its manufacturing of weapons, armaments. So, Hitler wanted to capture this place, Stalingrad. There are two reasons. The first reason is, it was an important industrial city of Russia. So, capturing the place would enable them to have a full control of Russia. How? Because through Stalingrad only, Russia had, its transaction with the other parts of Russia. So, by capturing that, Germany could hold the whole power of Russia. That was the one reason. Second one, Stalin. We know who is Stalin. Stalin, he was a Soviet Russian president, leader. Stalin, he was a great leader of Russia. So, the city bore the name of the leader, Russian great leader, Stalin. So, he wanted to capture the Stalingrad so that his political propaganda, his political propaganda and his personal victory, for his political propaganda and his personal victory. So, these are the main reasons as why Germany invaded Russia and the Battle of Stalingrad. I hope that you understand. Next, German war planners hoped to achieve that end with fall blow. So, using fall blow, Operation Blue. Blow means it's a German word, blue. German word, blue. So, on June 28, 1942, operations began with a significant German victory. Russian people suffered not only from bad working and living conditions. The places which were captured by the Germany, Russian people suffered like anything. So, there were about 15 million civilian deaths during the war. 15 million. 15 million, 15 into 10 lakhs, you calculate. So, 15 million civilian deaths during the war and about 10 million members of the armed forces were killed. Altogether, over 1/10 of the Russian population was destroyed by this war. But in spite of that, the Russian people showed patriotic feeling. They were so, they did not want to lose heart. So, the 1/10 of Russian people were killed in the war. In spite of that, the people of Russia still was loyal to Russia. So, next let's see Battle of El Alamein 1942. El Alamein, it is a place in North America under the General Rommel. Rommel, he belonged to Germany. Under the general called Rommel, El Alamein was invaded. It is in North Africa. Remarkably, actually in the initial state they faced success, but by the British General Montgomery. What was his name? Montgomery. British general. So the Allied forces under General Montgomery counter-attacked Germany and defeated the German and Italian forces at El Alamein. So thus the Allied forces got victory in El Alamein. Surrender of Italy in the year 1943. So Mussolini was overthrown out, thrown out of Italy. So he was killed by an Italian partisan, a person who supported a country or an idea is called a partisan. So Mussolini was killed by an Italian partisan in the year 1945. So the new government of Italy surrendered to the Allies. Easily they surrendered to the Allies. So that is the end of Italy. Next let us see end of Hitler. The Allied forces under the Commander General of Eisenhower. See the name? Eisenhower. Invaded Normandy in France. Slowly the German army was forced back. But the Germans fought back and the war continued for nearly another year and finally ended in the year 1945. So in the year 1945, Hitler committed suicide. From 1944, the Russian army began to attack Germany from the east and captured much of Eastern Europe and Poland. In 1945, they occupied parts of Berlin so that Germany was divided into two sections after the war. Berlin War, you would have read in the 4th lesson, Berlin War. So that happened in the year 1945, division of Berlin. So you know Berlin is the capital of Germany. War in the Asia Pacific region. Japan had entertained vision of a glorious empire very much on the same line as Hitler. Like Hitler, Japan also faced so many success initially. Already I have told you the Manchuria invasion of Japan in the year 1931. Though China appealed this to the League of Nations, but it did not get any help. It became, in passive. League of Nations became passive because no one was, the European countries totally become non-interventionist. So League of Nations could not do anything when China appealed the invasion of Japan to Manchuria. And in the year 1937, Japan invaded China and seized Beijing, capital of China. Now it is called as Peking, it was known as Peking in those days, which had traditionally been the capital of China. The region around Shanghai was also captured and Nanking, the capital was captured at the end of the year. The Japanese army indulged in untold atrocities in the captured places of China. The people were tortured, killed, especially women, from children to old women. They were tortured, killed after being raped. So, the Chinese army under Chiang Kai-shek, his name is Chiang Kai-shek. Chiang Kai-shek. Under the Chinese, Chiang Kai-shek retreated to the west to the hilly country from where they continued to fight with the Japanese. China appealed to the League of Nations as I told you already, but was in vain. Since the Western powers were not interested in being, showed interest to China because the Britain, particularly British, had the idea that China was a worn out means old traditional country, but whereas Japan was a new idea, it is equal to the Western, the ideas of Japan was equal to the idea of Western. So, British did not show any interest in the matter of China at first. Next, let's see Pearl Harbor 1941. Pearl Harbor, actually it is in Hawaii. This is Hawaii, Pearl Harbor Island. It was attacked by Japan. Japan attacked American naval installations in Pearl Harbor. It is in Hawaii, I told you. Without giving any warning to America, it was attacked. Okay. Many battleships and numerous fighter planes were destroyed. American battleships, numerous fighter planes were destroyed by Japan. So now America could not be, quiet. It declared war against the Axis power. This was the main reason as why United States entered into the war. Japanese aggression in Southeast Asia. The Japanese had great success in their plan to extend their empire throughout Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, so these parts are called Southeast Asia. Philippines, Burma, Malaya, Singapore and Dutch East Indies, all are captured by the Japan. So these are the places where many Indians were residing. So after these places were captured by Japan, the people suffered like anything. So many Indians started coming from these places by walking. On the way they suffered disease and they died. So many were died. The remaining people who were in those places were suffered in the hands of Japanese. Battle of Midway and Battle of Guadalcanal in the year 1942. Battle of Midway, it was fought on the Pacific Ocean. Midway is a place on Pacific Ocean. The US Navy defeated the Japanese Navy in the Battle of Midway. And Guadalcanal, the Battle of Guadalcanal in the Solomon Islands was a combined offensive involving the army and the navy and lasted for several months. This was lasted for several months. After this, the American forces were able to retake the Philippines. Philippines was with Japan, but after this success, America was able to get back Philippines from Japan. Gradually, the Japanese were thrown out of most of its conquered regions. In 1944, the combined British and Indian armies were able to push back the Japanese who attempted to invade the northeast of India. Then along with the Chinese, they pushed the Japanese out of Burma and liberated Malaya and Burma. So Japan also tried to invade North India, but with British and China along with our Indian forces, they were able to, Japan was pushed back. So next let's see Hiroshima and Nagasaki, August 1945. As a top secret, it was a top secret project, using the latest scientific advances. The US developed an atomic bomb immensely more powerful than the conventional bombs. The Japanese general refused to surrender to the Allies. So first bomb was dropped on Hiroshima. Next, but again Japan was not ready to surrender, but again in 15th August 95, another atom bomb was dropped in Nagasaki. So Japan immediately surrendered to the Allies. So, in September 2, 1945, it signed in the horrendous long-term effects. What is that horrendous? Very bad and unpleasant. Long-term effects from the radiation of the bomb was not understood in that time. So, the remaining part, so far we have seen the causes and the course of the war. The remaining part we will see in our next video. Thanks for watching.